Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, it's raid time again. Here we go, the April 2021 raid. It's should be an interesting one. Reclaimers. Let's have a look. It's on for 5 days and 23 hours, 58 minutes. If you're in Alpha World, that is, obviously. If you're not in Alpha World, then obviously it hasn't started for you yet. Welcome in chat. Hi Jeff, how you doing, mate? Sai's in there as well, and White Diablo's in there. Raiders in there. Did I quit already? No. That was a long time ago. Let's have a look at the statistics then. What do we got? Okay, Industrial Revolution. Yeah, that's the name. Okay, then what are we looking for? An interesting new poll. I'm sure Jeff's in there. We're going to talk about this later on his show. But basically, Ravager. Okay, there's no N, so it's Ravager, isn't it? Okay, not Ravager, Ravager. Okay, 4 million points, that's pretty awesome. Normal sort of numbers required. It seems to be standard now that 4 million points is the asking price for the new hull. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Look, Reaver tech again. So quite interested in this one. Looks a bit... doesn't even look like a ship, does it, to be honest? Not quite sure what it looks like, to be honest. An awful lot of Reaver tech, though, to go with it. We've now got all the stats, but we won't go through those too much. But hey, yeah. Bloodlet Scattergun, don't forget that's the basic one, so that's available. Sorry, that's the limited one, so that is available. A few of them will be with raid. We'll see how many in a moment. Okay, then there you go. Then Spleen Blaster Scattergun, that's the routine normal one. Okay, let's look at the difference then. Let's have a look. What have we got there? Multi-shot 4, reload time 6, reload time 6. Range is 89 and 96. Damage 96. So damage is different, but then again we're going to talk about damage as we go along, because damage with this one is with a scattergun. It's not necessarily the initial damage; it's dot time damage, as in damage over time, which is actually more important, and the multiplications of the specials that do that damage. So yeah, multi-shot 4, submerge is 48, submerge is 40 on this one as well. Weight 6.3, and the weight's the same again. So yeah, it's interesting, this one here, because the multi-shot is the same, so that would be quite interesting to have a little look at that when we do the math. Okay, anyway, so here we go, the bolstered bow. Obviously that's your survival booster there. Okay then, so I think it's about double the amount from the previous tier. So by the time we add on all the extra armors and then get it up on its upgrades, that doesn't actually make so much difference, but nice to have 40% evade. Evade is always a questionable sort of stat, I think, on these particular assault ships, because whilst it's fantastic for missiles, it's not so good for when you're actually trying to counter corrosive. Okay, incoming corrosive, so just bear that in mind as well. Right, okay, what have we got then? The Reforged Power Core. Okay then, yeah, no problem at all then. Corrosive Survival again. Okay, Penetrable Survival again. Evade bonus again. So there's another thing. That's obviously the engine, but obviously it's giving you resistances as well. So pretty standard, isn't it? Yeah, 110% on the speed and a turn 150. So what's the core turn speed? Yeah, the turn speed is 22, so it's quite low. Combat speed is already 40, so that's the reason. And then what else we got then? Not available in this event, but obviously that's what we're looking for, which will probably come out in obviously the Pillage or something rather. Okay then, or the FM maybe. We'll just to see, but basically that's the supercharge for the scattergun itself. And okay, and so adds 30% combat speed. That's quite interesting, which obviously means we probably won't be able to get away with using one of the upgrades for combat speed, because that's already got it built in. You generally can't have two of the same sort of things. So but it gives you a scattergun reload bonus, so that's definitely worth having there. Quite heavy on the weapon weight though, 37%. Right, anyway, like I said, we'll talk more about this on the Hefe show later on, okay, because there are some interesting stats definitely to go through on that. So it'll yeah, it's very colourful. Reaver tech's always colourful. It's very sort of like angry looking stuff. It's always red and orange and yellows and that sort of stuff. So right, enough chit chat for that. Where are we with our raid fleet? Where are we with the raid targets? New targets. Okay then. two most important sets, I think, to be honest. Obviously, the reclaimer ones, basically, yeah, we'll have a look at these. 164 is more likely to be the auto target. 166 is going to be the driving target. I don't think you really ought to auto any of them, but we'll probably give it a go. This is supposed to be the co-op target and that sort of stuff, but generally you can get away with it yourself. We'll have a little look at that. Should you not wish to take on, obviously, that massive target, okay, then you'll just go for the standard S set, which is the 1 million points. That's pretty generic now. If you want to drop down a tier and you've actually got a decent set of Ronins, then obviously, then yeah, you'll be picking up this set here, which is the A tier set, and which is going to get you, you know what, netting around 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, yeah, 450,000 points, okay, a pop. So just about sort of 8.5 sets there will get you the new hull, basically. Below that, where are we sitting? Then again, we're right in the bottom end. Okay, for 100k, which is the Gladys fleet target. Okay, so 62s and 60s. Okay, 60 being the auto. Might be worth having a little look at that and see if it can auto it by itself. The Gladys is a good set of ships, actually, to be honest. Obviously, we've had the 10th anniversary prize set as well. I didn't manage to get too far with these, but that's my standard everyday industrial reclaimer build. I'm not sure how you can see it. Probably better like this. So I've gone for 3 ballistic, basically, and 1 radioactive. Okay, and these have all got the limited launchers on them, and that's pretty standard across the specials. What is different than obviously this one here, that's got the decent the heavy throw on it as well, which turned out to be quite decent, to be honest. It does more damage over time as opposed to the initial hit. So what did I do on the free fleet then? Well, I've done a little bit of work, but I'm not getting too carried away. I managed to get the flag up to U2. Okay, I've managed to get 1 ship up to U2 again, and I've managed to get U1 on the others. So yeah, it might be worth to go into one of the lower level targets and see if we can pop one of those. What I did do as well, though, is look, actually I went for the old tier 9, okay, heavy weapon instead, because that one did seem to do more damage on an instant hit as opposed to damage over time. Okay, with a thrower instead. So just by the number of reloads and the number of salvo and that sort of stuff. So I'm going to play with those later on, not necessarily today, but I will play with those and see if it does make any difference. But it would be really nice to get these up. But unfortunately, I might have to use some of the tokens within the raid itself to do that if I get the chance. But anyway, that's what we're doing. Hey Jay, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. So that's it. Right, let's go back to the real set. Let's launch a fleet. I can't literally remember off the top of my head if we needed any crews at all for these, to be honest. But yeah, so I was going for an evade fleet. So if anything, you want to probably bang on another evade crew. But actually, I think you probably get away with more driving technique as opposed to crews. The targets did seem to die off pretty quick if you could get in there and be quite snappy at it. So we won't go for any crews at all to start with. We'll just go straight off with a raw fleet. Their X1. Okay, let's close the chat because obviously whoever Big Ben is there in Sector 16 is obviously trying to be social. We'll probably hit the first of the S set targets first, the 164, and then we'll move up then. It's 166. That's if they're on the. There it is. There's one there. We'll get rid of that so people can see that. We'll just confirm it is the sort of like auto target. We'll go in at say 3 o'clock first, and then we'll exit and we'll go in at 9 o'clock and see if you start at the same place. It's always a good way to check. If it starts in the same place every time, then that's a good way of proving it. Right, so we're stopping top at about 1 to 2 o'clock, aren't we? So it automatically sort of tells me that is what's happening. We'll just double check that. We'll go across at 9. So my goal in this hour hopefully is to try and get to the 4 million points and make the first ship. Start building the first ship. I've got nothing built in the shipyard as it stands at the moment, and I've saved all the tokens from the last 2 FMs as well. So hopefully then we should be able to get all the ships out in time, ready for the XP weekend. Yeah, so there we go. Look, we're starting the same place each time. So this is the auto target, if there is such a thing. Let's just see what it does on auto. So I won't guide anything at all. We'll just let it do its own thing and let's see if it actually can cope. and see how much damage it does. Like I said, I've got plenty of coins this month because I haven't really had much to build, so I don't mind spending a few if I do completely die, but we'll see. Obviously, these are obviously the draconian turrets that it's killing, and it's not killing the Forsaken equipment, because obviously that's my friendly fire stuff. So all these things here, which is Forsaken, that's actually helping me. This is looking interesting already. That's the one that's going to cause you the biggest one there, the ballista turret, obviously, and those rings that it actually lands you in. You need to keep away from those. This is looking quite favourable, isn't it? Last little cluster there, and it's those rings there, so it's probably going to actually jump inside. See, that's cruel where they designed that, because you're actually taking damage inside that ring, you know, and that came from that building basically. Sneaky, really, to be honest, for an auto target. So you're getting guaranteed damage, obviously. So a little bit naughty, but what we got there? Half an hour. So full auto then, yeah. Well, I obviously took more radioactive. That's simply because obviously I wasn't controlling things, but I've also got more ballistic plates on than radioactive. So 1% taken on what, 4%? No problem at all. Remember, underneath this OK button is a blitz button, although I've exited that target and come back in, so it shouldn't say that. But if you want to make sure that if you've got lag at all, then use the X instead. Yeah, there you go. That would have cost me 8 straight away if I hadn't quickly done that. 21 minutes, so that's semi-instant fix in the dock. Should we go and have a little look and just see? You want to spend all the time doing... did I get every point for that? Let's have a look. How many points did I get for that? Just under. There you go. Sneaky. Okay, so it's not quite the 250k, but it isn't far off, is it? So not too bad. So 20 minutes damage for that. I can see me doing an awful lot of auto targets. Those that have got the BP app that still works on their phone, you'll still be able to find these targets. So you could auto some of them if you're at work, say, or you've got other things to do at the same time, watching TV maybe. Then you could then just concentrate on the driving target as you wanted to as well. So 20 minutes isn't too bad. Yeah, thanks for that. That's obviously one of the TLCs, isn't it? Yes, yes, yeah. That doesn't start just yet, though, does it? To be honest, we'll look at the TLCs in a second. Right, let's just pull these out. What have we got there? So it's 8 minutes on the flagship, and it's what, 3 minutes? Yeah, 3 minutes for each of the routine. Yeah, it is. It's three a piece, isn't it? So I'm not going to I'll just remember 21 minutes. Okay, I just want to see what it was. So flagship taking most of the damage there basically, and as we know, most of that damage was actually the radioactive, mostly because of that last thing, so last building, because obviously it went inside the damage effect area. So yeah, the issue is, you're right actually, Jay, let's just recall that a second. That's a very good point. I wonder if I can cut down the number of ships and see if it'll help. Sometimes you don't get enough power, so you have to get another volley in. But it looked like they melted those. It's still going to give you more damage to the flagship though. That was 8 minutes, so let me just take out a couple of ships and let's just have a little look at 3 and see what happens there. 21 minutes is a time to consider. There's a 164 again. So it doesn't matter which angle we attack them. That's the nice thing about the 164s, and is obviously as long as you can find them, you don't actually have to monitor anything at all. You can just let it crack on and do it. Whilst it's doing that, there's no point me watching it, so I'll just let it get on with it. Remember, 21 minutes. There's a TLC as well at the same time. So one that's quite good. I'm not sure if people have upgraded everything. There are 2 TLCs. One doesn't start, I believe, yet for a while. Or has it already started? No, it doesn't start for 3 hours. Obviously, this is the raid specific target. Different prize packs, different number of points, and different fleets required. Okay, so have a little look online at the Kickstarter web page, because it'll tell you what fleets you need first. ECM photons first anyway, and then you move through the different fleet sets until you get to the final pack, which is worth quite a few points. So not bad points there. Look, 4 million, that sort of stuff. But I do think it's a little bit too much damage normally to go too far into this. But if you're quite content to let the ECMs, like for example, and do the first one, then it could be worthwhile for you. The one I was more interested in was the hold the line, which you can do obviously with your garrison ships because they're doing nothing at the moment. We've managed to normally, with a good set of garrison hulls, as in obviously your FM fleets, if they're up there, then you can get all the way down through this actually on full auto, not really having to drive anything at all, and you can get to these. This is the point. I mean, the rest of it's really sort of like if you're building gatekeepers, still fantastic, but if you're not, then you don't worry about those anymore. The platform, that's 9 days worth of build tokens for your defense platform, so that will get 3 of yours from level to 12. From a level 11 to a level 12, the 2 days and 14 hours, whatever it is, that will get you 3 of those for nothing. So that's quite good. So that's the only thing I'm going to probably do on auto during the weekend, basically, whilst I'm actually raiding and driving stuff. So that's my goal, basically. Should we have a join and have a look and see if it's on the last one now? So it may be a case of let it auto down as far as there, because sometimes autoing is actually better than driving, especially when I drive. I won't stop it from going that ring, although it is taking ring damage. I can see it actually peeling away some of the power already. But it might let it auto all the way down through and then just steer the last little bit. But anyway, let's have a look. So 21 minutes, I remember rightly, if that was it. So what do we get this time with the 1%? And is it still the same? 3% taken, okay. But that's as a ratio of damage, by the way. It's interesting. Look, yeah, resisted and evaded, yeah, but and evaded a little bit of the ballistic, not too much. Okay, so 38. So it is a couple of minutes less, isn't it? We'll be expecting to see around about 42 minutes there roughly, and we've got 38. So ultimately, is it worth then me upgrading the second flagship and getting that through and getting that done then, and then keeping 2 ships and just going with 2 sets of 3? That would be an answer. I don't really know. So you can actually, kill off 1 fleet all the way through. I have to watch that flagship there, but as far as the flagship dies off, and then bring the second flagship in and carry on maybe. I'm not so sure. 38 minutes. Anyway, let's remember 38 minutes, and let's find another one then, and we're going to drive a piece of it this time, and see if we can make things a little bit better. Here's one here. It's like handy, they're popping up quite quickly today, but that's that's nearly 500k, isn't it already? Do that 8 times and we're not in a bad place. So yeah, so nearly 500k look already. So that could be a lot worse, couldn't it? We'll get this ship in no time at all at this rate. Obviously, we're not just going to stick this total target. So let's just pause the ships there, and we'll start the target. And let's look at where these defensive rings are. Let's take a particular note then on the auto now of the route that the ships take, and let's just see if they ever encroach. We'll zoom in a bit, and we'll follow the holes this time, I think. So let's just let them crack on. So they're nice. They're actually sending themselves straight to the north-first of that building, and this is the buildings that cause obviously that radioactive ring to cast its shadow on the water, sort of thing. So not a concern there. And outside that first ring from that ballista there, so that's quite decent, and missing the second one as well, so that's quite nice. Now it's going to go forward and take out the ballista, so that's helpful. I'm not getting any shock effect obviously from the launcher turrets, which is nice. There's one. Yeah, there was one there though. Okay, so yes, I am getting some shock effect, and I did catch one of the ballista turrets there. So it's definitely worth considering. Stopping is never a bright thing to do, because that's what they want you to do, which on auto it's going to do anyway. So I am taking a few shockwaves though. So once it starts, it's not particularly pleasant. So I'll just drive the last little bit and try and get this out of the way. Take out that building. They're still obviously worried about obviously the Forsaken turret, because they were firing at that, and then I'm done. Okay, so that was 38 minutes, wasn't it? Previous to that, we'd be looking at about an hour now, wouldn't we, generally? Okay, did that make a huge amount of difference? 2% taken and 1%. Okay, so it is making a bit of difference. just by not allowing myself in. You know, I'm a little bit less. Okay, it was 38, 48, 58. I'm down to 38, 48. That's 14 minutes. So it proves the point, doesn't it? Okay. So yeah, it does prove then that you know, and obviously I've let that auto right up to the very end, and 14 minutes is not too bad, you know. But we're sort of getting there. Let's try one more then, and we'll drive the whole thing just with these 3 ships if we can find one, and then we'll move to the next target. Is there one close? I'm terrible at looking for these. There's one of the co-op targets. We're definitely going to have a look at that in a second. There's another one there as well. I don't see it 164 there at all. Come on. Oh, there's one there. Okay. So I'll just refresh my memory because I'm terrible these days. Side normally reminds me. Okay, so what are we at? We're at 52.37. Okay, 52.37. Okay. So let's see if we can do a little bit better. If we can get it into sort of, yeah. So killing off the building is quite handy. Killing off that there obviously is key, because that's when they start focusing on, or sorry, then that's when that turret there will start focusing on them. So, but I will. The UAV is not really a huge, thanks such, isn't it? It's not really a huge concern, but sliding by and killing off, yeah, the launcher turret particularly. Okay, so now they are. Can we go down the bottom maybe? What do you reckon? Is it possible? Can we go this way around? Yes, she can. Okay. Can I sneak up through here, killing off those bits? Yeah, certainly can. Like I say, I'm not saying this is the way to go. I'm just saying I'm just trying to avoid these ballistas doing any damage to me specifically, and the launcher turret's getting too many shockwaves. I don't think I've seen a shockwave yet, unless I've missed it. I wonder if I can get to that building. Can I get to the building? Yeah. Okay, so there's a random sort of route for a first go, mostly sort of a cut around the outside more than anything else, so not too bad. Rather than charging down through the centre, what do we get then? So that's taking us down to 2% and 1% taken, and we're sitting in around, there you go, so that's 4 minutes damage. That's instant. That's 4 minutes damage. That's an instant fix on the seat, isn't it? Should have clipped that, shouldn't I? Is that 4 minutes? That's not bad, is it? Yeah, it is, isn't it? So 52.37, thanks, Si. It's just under, in fact. Oh, I'm pretty impressed with that, I have to say. Let's. I don't think adding extra ships is going to make it any better. Okay. Let's go back and let's patch up the other ships as well, and then we'll go out and do the other one. So there, we've cut it down from, what do we say it was starting off initially, 20 minutes, and then we've gone down to instant fix. So if they do allow us to keep hold of that, then driving wise, that should please quite a lot of people. That should be 4, so that's nearly 1 million, isn't it? Yeah, not far off, look. So there you go, that's a quarter of the way there already. And that's even without the bonus, so not too bad at all. That seems to work for me. So 3 ships in there, not bad at all. Quite like that. Where are we? We're in. We're docked. We're in. Trying to keep an eye on time as well, because I don't want to. 25 minutes already. It zooms by, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, so not horrendous in any way, shape, or form. We should be able to get all these ships in. Yes, we can. I thought so. So we'll do that, and have got some repair tokens, I think. Yes. Can't remember where I got those from, but I've gone from somewhere. I think it could have been doing the Reaver Tides. I think I got those from. Not sure. Or Pillage maybe. Or was it that anniversary event? It could have been that. I'm not sure. The one at Easter. Anyway, so that didn't cost me anything. without a token, so that's not bad, is it? Let's do the driving target now. We'll go for a full fleet to start with. We won't auto it because that would be stupid, but we may look at the number of ships that might be required. Because I know some people have only built the flagship and only 3 routine ships as well, so could be interesting approach, couldn't it, to be honest? There's the 66 there, so this does matter which way you go in. We'll start as the auto one did, because sometimes there's a safe zone first and sometimes there isn't, so discovering the route in to the target is just as important, because you don't want to start and then all of a sudden have a bucket load of turrets firing at you straight away because you're pinched into a corner or something. So let's just see if we're in a good area here. That doesn't seem too bad. Wow, look at all those buildings. Yikes. However, it may pay to come in south looking at this. Bear in mind the aura on my ships is what I'm supposed to be using to protect the turrets. Oh look, that's sneaky, they're all over the place. Oh dear. Okay. Is it better maybe to come in through the north? This is similar to last time, this, isn't it? This down here. This isn't though. But this is very, very similar to the previous one. And that, I think, is the same. What do you reckon? What do you think? This looks very... Forgetting this piece over here. But I think this wall just went across here last time and up around. Didn't have this from recollection. This looks very much the same because we went up there, killed that, and we shot down through there and then went back again. I don't remember if you could have got through there. I think that was blocked off, to be honest. Okay. So definitely a case of killing that off, but it may pay to get rid of that. Let's have a look. We'll probably scoot. I mean, the Forsaken turrets are very helpful in some respects, but in some respects they don't seem to do too much for you. Keeping outside that if I can. What I'm trying to make sure is I don't get too much rad damage from the launcher turrets. Keeping outside that zone there. So what I tend to do in here is just cherry pick the turrets up with a bit of shift clicking and making sure that I kill off the launcher turrets first. That wasn't too bad. There's a bit of damage there, but it's not a great deal. Okay. So that's pretty acceptable. Look, I mean, a tiny little bit of damage on a couple of ships, but not much for first attempt. Question is it better to go around now and take this out? It probably is. I don't think going through here is a wise idea, though. We'd have to go with that a couple of times to see if this turret spun round and started taking us out. It may do. I can't remember the range of the ballistas, but it may do. Yeah, you're probably about right there. So this is going to be quite messy, I think. So how do you get into that? That's nasty because I haven't got the range to get into there. That's not... Why is that not firing on that? What have I not seen here? Normally that takes out those buildings. And it's not. Now I can't go up here. What I could do, I'll have to stop short of this building. So don't go into that ring there. But then again... Wow. This is not nice, is it? There are no turrets down this section now. So I could come down this route here. Take out these buildings. That's not really going to help me a huge amount, though. It's almost... like coming down through here and then going up and going around this side. Possibly that could be the answer there. So whilst I am taking out these buildings, I want to take out that launcher turret there. Just going to watch that ballista not stitch to, because the ballista is definitely going to fire me, because that's just the way. There you go. That was quite nice actually. That wasn't bad. So here we go. So we're going to cut right the way up this way now, and I'm going to shift click. I'm not really caring about the UAVs, but I am going to take out the launcher turrets. I should be able to outrun all the ballistas. Yeah, definitely can. So I'll just literally do that, and then that's it. Okay. That didn't seem too bad. What do you reckon? It's a shame that I'm not sure why that friendly Forsaken turret didn't take out that little building, because obviously taking out those buildings reduces their capability to fire on us, but it didn't fire for some reason, or I didn't see it fire. Maybe that's a glitch, I'm not sure. 2% taken then, and 2% taken on both then. Huge amount of resistance off the radioactive, which was nice to see, and a little bit, a resistance and evade off the radioactive. And definitely a reasonable amount then, okay, from the ballistic. So what do we reckon for time rise? 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 11 minutes. Oh, I can't see him letting us keep this. Can you? Let's send it back in the dock, and let's just see if that's an instant fix. And I think we might drop a ship or two. It will be slightly frustrating if you can do all these targets. I mean, not for everybody, but if you could do both of these targets for an instant fix. Let's just see how it breaks down. I think you do need the firepower for this one though, but we'll have a little play. We could just put on a building damage crew if we might need one, but the kill rate seems to be quite quick. Let's take off 6 minutes. 6 minutes. I mean, you would definitely get that done if you use a grease monkey crew, wouldn't you? There'd be no doubt about that at all. You'd knock up some massive points, wouldn't you? Then if you use a grease monkey, because that would definitely be instant fix. Anyway, more importantly, it's definitely hop back into base, start repairing all that, which is obviously instant. I can't see him allowing us. I can't see him allowing this to carry on. We'll see how it goes. It's the one thing about being in the alpha world, because sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes it's not. It just depends. Sometimes you strike lucky and you get in early and they haven't graded the targets as they may have wanted to, because when it gets into the real server time, it does seem to come across differently than in the test servers. Not that I do the test servers anymore, but well, I could have done that together, couldn't I? Yeah, let's start repairing that. Should we drop down to 3 ships again and give it a go, maybe? I hate to think what Streamlabs just removed there, Jay. But it does it by itself, so I have no idea what he said. Oh, too many caps. There you go, you got ticked off, mate. That's a ridiculous one, but there we go. Right, okay, let's see if I can remember what I did. But let's see if we can do it with 3 ships. So far, quite content. I can't actually remember where I started now, but I think I went in at 2 o'clock again, didn't I? So how we did for time? What are we kicking in with? That half an hour gone? Just over half an hour, 35 minutes. Okay. So here we are then. Oh yeah. So has somebody been into this one? No, they haven't. No. Okay. So we're gonna probably it'd be good to start around about actually 3 o'clock, because I think you could come up then and you could nip up through here and go that way. I think that'd be quite a good thing to do. So let's just start a second. What would actually stop me from going to there, to there, to there, to there, and coming down through just that ballista, isn't it? I think I could probably get away with that. Because I don't think that's... yeah, I could probably do that and swing down around this way, and then go back up there and just do it all in one arc. Let's give that a go, shall we? Maybe that might be the way ahead. So if we take that one in first, we'll take up the UAVs, but I don't really care about those. And maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just nip this turret and then come down through. That didn't seem too bad. Can we go up through? I think we can probably nip up through here, can't we? I'm not saying this is the way to go, I'm just saying it's another method that we're just still practicing really at the moment. We won't know till we get to the end, so we'll try and free up that turret if we can, so it fires, which it's doing now. So I can't go down through here, which is slightly annoying, but what I can do is nip around there and then wrap around again. I don't know if that's any good or not, but I'll go around the outside, not the inside. Yeah, why is that turret not doing anything down the bottom? There's a glitch there, isn't there? That's not like Kickstarter, is it? It's not working though, is it? Right, so we're going to get in close here. We're going to take this launcher turret first, and then we're going to turn directly north straight away. Pull out that one. Pull out that ballista. And that's the damage done apart from my Mr. UAV, which I can get it on the way back. I'm not too bothered about that. Oh, I did miss that one as well. I didn't realise that. There. I don't think I got... That was more damage, obviously. Definitely more damage. So that wasn't necessarily the route to take. I don't think it was more than half an hour's damage, so... yeah, but more damage at 1% taken and 3% taken this time. Working as intended, yeah. Okay, 13 minutes though, so 13 minutes for 3 ships. Less firepower I felt that time. It took me a couple of hits, didn't it? To I think we break it down, then we'd probably still be back in base doing that for instant fix. Let's go and have a little double check. I'm not a big fan of this nipping into base and nipping out of base stuff. It takes up time, especially if you're running cruise. If you're not running cruise and you've got plenty of time to sit down and do this stuff, then it's fine. But it looked quite bad on the slider's top because, but then again, it is only 3 ships, so you know that's why it looked a little bit more. So yeah, 13, take off the 2 ships in 3 minutes. Or looks like one of the other ships took more damage, but to be honest, I've got 2 other ships that are doing nothing, so that's not too bad. Start repair there. It should just be all right because that's over 3 minutes, wasn't it? So that makes it less than 5 minutes for each of the 2, hopefully. It's this one I think that took, yeah, that one took the most damage. So let's pop this one in and this one. Let's just up it to 4. We'll put that ship in there to start repairing. Let's just take 4 ships out and see if that helps. I know it needs fixing, but we'll do that on the water so I can fix both things at the same time. And there's one down here, I'm sure, somewhere. Yes, there is one here. So I think I'm going to go at 3 o'clock. Let's just repair so we've got no damage on the fleet. So we've had an 11-minuter, which was pretty fluky. Yeah, maybe it was, Andy. You might be right. I'm you know, clutching. That's the whole idea of this, isn't it? This is me clutching at straws, just having a first look, you know, and people can get a rough idea. At least now we visualize both targets. We know what we're looking at, and you know. Do you know what I really love about this raid is the speed of completing the targets. This is exactly what we want. Get in, get it done, get out. Not this driving around, waiting for things to pop up or chasing ships down and that sort of stuff. You know, this is definitely the way to go, I think, to be honest. Right, okay, let's have a little look again. 4 ships this time. Let's see if that makes a difference. Because I can literally see myself getting to the 4 million tonight, and then that'll be me for the evening, and then probably whacking on a grease monkey crew, something I haven't used in an awful long time, and then just smashing out as many as I can in an hour and a half. So what did I do? Did I go up round? I can't remember what I actually did now, but it was anti-clockwise, wasn't it? Yeah, I did those latter, didn't I? So If I keep away from those, it doesn't even seem to be much point doing this because it didn't even do anything. That should trigger and start killing off that, but it didn't do it. So let's just try and go. Yeah, see, I've got a few UAVs that. Did I get snicked by that building then? Yeah, 4 ships is definitely working better. I probably should have hung around and waited there a second, actually, because to wait till they killed that building off, but I've just been too super keen, obviously. This is flowing better anyway, if it's not necessarily the best way of going about. So I'm going to target these launchers this time directly. Ballistas I'm not that bothered about because they will just die, and that's the damage done, isn't it? That's everything. Well, that was a better flow. That flowed nicer, didn't it, to be honest? I'm still not sure 3 is quite the right place. Where are we sitting now? 1% taken and 1% taken. Okay, then. Where are we for that? 9 minutes? Most of it on the flagship. So I did snick a little bit of the flagship there. I might have just been fluky with that one. But that's, again, slightly different route again. That other ship will be fixed by now, which is quite nice. This is where it'd be nice to. I mean, we'll have a look at the rate. How many flagships? You don't generally get much flagship stuff, though, do you? In the token areas, that's the only issue. So if you had 2 flagships done and a couple of ships, that would be quite nice. You could rotate them. Gladys Mans, Photon, Ronins, Reclaimer there then. Oh, the industrial reclaimer. Yeah, so there are. No, there are. Okay, so oh no, that's a Cloudbreaker reverse. Industrial Reclaimer, there you go. 50 kits. So I can actually get the other one done. Might be worth doing. Just keep swapping them out then. And in fact, if you're doing 3 ships, I could do 2 fleets at the same time. Okay. We'll see. I mean, we're nearly there already. Look, we're so close to already being. I mean, one more target and then another, 164, and I'm at the 4 million points already. So, and we're just chatting through this as we're going. So, not horrendous. If you're at X1, yeah, that's very easy for me to say, isn't it? I'm at X1, so. But 3 ships at X1 would definitely do this. I could try the other fleet as well, just to see, because many people are at sort of like, U1, U2, and that sort of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see, wouldn't it? That would be a good idea, I think. He says, telling himself, it's a good idea. Let's just take that out. Let's put these in a second. So yeah, so it's 3 minutes for those. Let's speed that one up. Pull that ship back. Let's just do something slightly different. And start repairing those. We'll speed that up. I'm going to drop that into there and start repairing that. I want to take the other fleet out. This is the free Kickside fleet. Like I said, if you didn't start right at the beginning of the stream, then I've managed to get this up to U2 for the flagship, so it'll be quite far away from the decent X1 that you would get if you were fully upgraded. But those points are available in the raid. And then I've got 1 hull at U2. I'm going to drop a. How much damage am I missing here? I am missing. Yeah, so U3 gives you 100% radioactive damage. And yeah, so I'm missing a lot of radioactive damage because I'm not at X1. I might have to leave all 5 in there. I think I will leave all 5 in there. They're all at least U1, which is something, but that's only just gets me the heavy turret. And I've got a different, like I said, this one here, I've got the older, not even the 9.5 because that doesn't work, but the 9 from the, is it from the Glads? I think it is. I can't remember what it came off of. No, it wasn't. It was from another ship. I've forgotten. Let's launch this fleet and let's have a little look and just take this in. So I should be 1 turret short. So if we do a set with this and just see what it's like, this is probably close to what Derpy's fleet might be like. So we'll do a 166 and then we'll finish off the 164 just to say then that I've finished. Or we might finish off the Gladys set actually. We'll have a little look. Punisher 2s, that's it mate, thanks buddy. Yeah, my memory isn't what it used to be. Got the attention span of a gnat, I think. Oh, you want to see the 9? Yeah, of course, yes, yeah. In fact, we'll do that. Once that other fleet's fixing, let me use these. I'll do these 2 targets. We'll go in, we'll whack in that 900. That's a really good point, actually. And we will do the 900 target. Yeah, that's. I'm glad you reminded me. Let's just see where we get with these. We're generally happy in the route now, or a similar sort of route. I didn't quite take the route that I did before, but I'm not going to cut in through here because that was causing me damage. So actually, it might pay to start over here and come down around, and then cut across. Maybe I'm not sure, but this is very similar to last time. Very similar. I like that driving up through here though, because you know you only got to worry about the launcher turrets and everything else is firing either behind you or it's going to hit you anyway, like the UAV is going to hit you anyway. And to be honest, they don't do a huge amount of damage to UAVs. They're more annoyance than anything. So I'm going to nip across there, grab this one. It's that ballista just firing behind me, so I don't really care about that. I'm going to grab that launcher turret, get it out of the way, get off the UAV, and I'm going to start coming back down now. So, like I say, ballista first, but I don't care about that. We'll just go round. Kill off that building. Take out the launcher turret. See, I missed that UAV one then. So, these aren't quite as powerful, are they? Quite a stretch, in fact. Am I lacking in range here or something as well? I'm not sure. I can't remember what the other upgrades give you, but... yeah, so I'm definitely requiring a bit more firepower. I can definitely feel that I've lost some radioactive oomph in here. It's taking like an extra volley definitely to do this. Let me just pause a second and let that turret, Forsaken turret, do its thing. That'll be enough. Okay, quite happy with that then. I'm going to target that launcher there. For a U1/U2 fleet, this isn't horrendous. It's, but it could be worse. Well, that was foolish of me. I turned around when maybe I shouldn't have done. Was concerned about the launcher and made a mistake. That was, yeah, they're taking a lot longer to kill the buildings, aren't they? Okay, here's the moment of truth then. Can I do this in one swing like I did before? So I'll target the launch turrets again, specifically, and the UAVs, and just managed to miss out that ballista. And done. Okay, not quite so pretty over here, but the target's still done. I made one mistake, so that's my fault. We could probably take a couple of minutes damage off, really, to be honest. That's not horrendous, is it? You know, yeah, so that was that radioactive from the ballista landed on me. My own fault there. So 4%, that's half an hour. Okay. It was probably closer, to be honest, then, to 20 odd minutes, wasn't it? That's me, the 4 sets done, isn't it? Yeah, I believe 4 sets completed, and we're at 50 minutes. Building damage crew would definitely help there. Definitely would do your right side. Not needed with the X1 fleet, but definitely would help on here. Yeah, so we'll just go in and we'll have a little look at the auto target. Not with the auto, but Swacker, one of my guys. Hello, buddy. Long time player. Look at his ID. Right. So similar again. Then we're going to do that drive down and around type thing. So see if that helped. We'll kill off this UAV, making sure that we can get out the way of the ballista turret. That's nice. Do the launcher. I don't have the resistances, don't forget, as I should have compared to. This is a nice way of doing it because it's giving that time to kill off that building as well. So just managed to miss out that ballista area of effect damage, so that was quite handy. Kill off that one. Yes, I can. Come down south. Go around. Nice. Then going up around. Well, I don't think I need to go on the back. I think I can get most of this from here. And then the UAV, yeah. So don't necessarily need to go on the back. Okay, so combined then, we had half an hour-ish, didn't we? So everything's U1 apart from one routine ship, and I don't have the right heavy, don't forget, I've got the older Pun 2 heavy, and the flagship is U2 as well. So that was a 7% taken and 3% better, yeah, better, but because I didn't make a stupid error by sitting in one of those ballista turret radioactive pools. 46 in total. Come on, that's not bad, is it? That's not bad. I'm over the 4 mil, so yeah, great. Happy with that. Recall. Let's claim the ship, shall we? Let's grab it, redeem it. Thank you very much. We've got it. Let's. Well done, Captain. Thanks very much. Cheers for that. Okay. Everything else should be good again now. Now we're going to look for the big turret. Sorry, the big target, as you said. Because I nearly forgot. Thank you very much. One blueprint. You know, that could be a lot worse. So, just out of interest, because they were stacked all the time, it's still instant fix, isn't it, for these? This is a U2 one, so that's actually, this is interesting actually. So yeah, just bear in mind that I've actually gone because obviously it already had 2 armors on and I had some spare, so even the armor's slightly different on this. It's 2 rad and 2 ballistic, so I didn't mess around taking stuff off. I just left it as it was. So anyway, the U2 one is 3 minutes fix. Let's find out what a U1. So no real huge difference, is there? Look, so a little bit more, but not much. That's a U1 one as well. 4 minutes. There's a bit more there. So what's causing that targeting? Is it the way the UAVs die? They get one more shot of one ship before they die off. I'm not really sure how the spread works on those. But seeing as everything's stacked, you know, so 12 minutes on that one there, and that's still a U1, so odd. So something's obviously definitely focusing, whether it's the launcher, the raw power from the launcher just hitting that one there before it does its shockwave, so it does damage first and then it does shockwave damage afterwards. So it could be that. But that leaves me with, you know, 30 odd minutes. We'll leave that fleet fix itself. So right, let's nip out then and have a look at the beast, just to see what it looks like. And I don't really. We'll talk about the turret. I'll get through it, but I'm not overly bothered about particular routes and that sort of stuff. But we'll see what we can find out. It's the 914, isn't it? So 914. There's one here. Yeah, that'll do. It's a bit crowded, but we'll take a look at it. So first look, 914. Let's have a little look. Yeah, as ever, it always says it's a co-op target and you shouldn't hit it, but we don't care about that, do we? 56 minutes. Next world should be starting in 4 minutes. So, oh, see, that's not a pleasant place to start. Straight away, I'm going to get smashed by a ballista. Let's retreat from that. I don't think I can do anything but start in a horrible place. That's what it looks like to me. I think it's a given that I've got to start in that one place, but let's have a little look again. We'll try at 6 o'clock and go upwards. What on earth is this music? Get rid of this. That's Christmas music. Okay, that's definitely better place to start, I think. However, I don't know where the auras are, so let's go south and let's have a little look. Oh, that was very fortunate. So yeah, so that gives me a starting point. Good lord, look at all this. Wow. I mean, I know it looks horrendous, but there's got to be a way through this. So, my word. So you can definitely say this is supposed to be for one person down here, isn't it? And there's the dividing line. But there is a way through, obviously. So, yeah. So that's obviously for one person. That's for another person. But ultimately, I think we can-ish find a way through, I think. So we can back out this stuff over here, definitely, and take out that building. I can then get through here, but I can't get to that red turret. It's going to fire me, so that's not a wise way to go, because that will definitely reach up to here. Whilst I can get that out of the way. Oh, that's a ballistic turret, sorry, not a launch turret. So that's a ballistic one. And that is the launcher turret there, the lighter grey sort of looking thing. I don't know if I can zoom in on that. Yeah, so there we go, launcher and ballistic. Okay, so that's not too pretty, is it? So there's only a UAV turret here. I'd have to nip in quick and do these and make sure the ballista, maybe coax the ballista to fire on me here, and then nip in, nip around and knock these out. Because I think then I could drive across the front face here. UAV, not the most exciting thing in the world. Knock this one out and then kill off that ballistic turret there and then take these out. There's a turret that's supposed to fire on this one over here. This doesn't look too bad. Okay, that looks logical. Like I say, this is just a first go, really, to be honest. I don't think I can reach. Can I reach that? Yes, I can. I can reach that one there. So could get rid of this mess, I think. Like, I didn't do too many of these last time, and it's nice to challenge, because this is one of those fun ones where you think, well, do you know what? I'm not going to keep pepper potting away at it until I get it squared away. So if I just keep moving, take out that, let the ballista actually fire. There you go. That's the ring. I'm not going to go in here because that will let that launcher turret come at me. But this time I should be able to. He says with another Christmas tune. Nope, it's going to fire again. There we go. No, move. Right, so didn't quite get to it. It's definitely one of those then to get from this angle here. But I would have to take out that as well, and then what's the range on that? So, okay. What do we have here that would fire me? So there's a launcher there. It would be nice to kill off that ballista, wouldn't it? But I think we can probably get, because the distance it's got to fire, I think we can nip in and get these buildings. If we could trigger it and encourage it to fire on us. I'll try to trigger it and then run away from it. Oh, that's better than I thought. Well, that's fine. Take out the UAV. Well, that could be worse, couldn't it? That's looking more promising. Same again over here. So there's a ballistic turret there. We'll kill off that. Going to have to be a little bit careful now to go wide. Can we go wide here? Yes, we can. And if we do go wide, what gives us that benefit? It gets us rid of that building with that building there. There's a ballistic turret there. That's just a building. It's quite messy, but it's not the end of the world, is it? Let me go. I'm going to go up, come round and take out these first and come down around that way, I think. Oh, how did the glads do then, Si? Were you glad to use the glads or not really? The thing about the glads obviously is the range, isn't it? Oh, ballista's coming in. I'm not going to escape that. I should have not hung around so long. I need to get that ballista out of the way, then get that gone. I've got to come this way, whether I like it or not, because I can't. Well, I could, I suppose, get into there. But there's a lot of travelling to go that way around, isn't it? To be honest, I can't be bothered. I could definitely pick off that building, I think. Which will help a little bit. One less thing to worry about, and I could definitely do this one as well. So that means I've only got one. Yeah, you've got no choice. You can't go into there really. You have to do both buildings, which would be very stupid, wouldn't it? 1 hour 46. Okay, put that in mind. I'm going to go back up and take out this. Whether I should or whether I shouldn't, I'm not really sure, but I think that's the right way of doing it, so they're never going to worry about one building. So this worries me. I should have get to that, so that kills that off there. But to get to that, I've got to get into here, which is doable, but I can't get to that building, and that's horrible, in fact. No, I can't get to that building through here. So I've got to do this one, which means I've got to come either around here again. Yeah, have a good one, mate. I hope it goes well for you, buddy. I'm actually going to target that ballista this time and take it out. That's better. I'm just worried it's going to fire on me. Now I'm in a better place. I'm going to try and get to that if I can. By sneaking up through here. Yeah, I can. Which means I can now get the second weapon down here. Has anybody noticed that supercharge yet? I don't think I've seen one, but then again, I'm not exactly doing it particularly fast. But see, I could have done 3 or 4 of the other targets by now. This is still not nice, is it, though, to do? I mean, how the heck do I... Oh, yeah, I can do it, actually. I can get in there. Okay, so it is feasible. Just got to watch that. Ah, see, I caught that ballista turret there. That wasn't good of me. Just got to watch that. I'm going to try and encourage that ballista turret to fire at me. Maybe it won't though, because obviously now it's firing at that other turret. That's okay. Let's take out this. Run away from that ballista. Why is this? Oh, that has fired. Okay, fair enough then. It's a big ass target, isn't it? But it's certainly doable. And to be honest, the damage is not horrendous. Yeah, I'll be there, Cat. Hey, good to see you, by the way. I won't be long. I will be there now if this target doesn't take so long. This is just a repeat of the first section, so this is not too bad, to be honest, this piece. Quite a slow target, but okay, could be an awful lot worse for damage, couldn't it? Try and remind myself, oh yeah, those buildings are down there, so I'm going to go up and around and down through the center, I think. To try and encourage that ballista to shoot at me so I can do it as a drive-by. And I think that's the last threat turret then, really. I'm not really worried about, I'll get that on the way through. And that'll be it. Nice. Okay, I think the raids are good one, personally. One of the better ones. Yep, I like this raid set. It's been very good. Well put together, good targets. Nice fleet. Boring colours, no skins this time, obviously, but hey-ho. That's it's all cosmetics, but some people like them. Got a good fleet, quite powerful, reasonably quick targets. That's it done. I'm trying to remember how long this took. That's not much damage, is it? 20? 15, 20 minutes? Yeah, 1% taken and 3% taken. I did make a couple of mistakes, I know, but that was the very first time I ever hit it, so... yeah, okay, so we're 1.4. I'm not doing any more tonight, that's enough for that. Damage, oh, sorry, hang on. Repair, 12 minutes. 12 minutes, that must be instant fix, surely. That must be an instant fix. Well, it's definitely instant fix in the dock, but it depends on how much the flagship took. Damage-wise, doesn't it? Here we go, let's have a little look. That other fleet will be repairing still compared to this one, but hey. Okay, let's pull off the routine ships. So yeah, instant fix, isn't it? So is the other one still fixing it? It is, so we're just going to cancel that a second. So yeah, let's start repair on this. So that's 4 minutes. 12 minutes, I must remember that because I can let the guys know on the crib then how long it took me. Take that one out then, so that's instant fix. Okay, so there you go. You can definitely instant fix the co-op target. Is it worth it? Well, hell, why not? You know, it does take a little bit longer, but you get a nice boost, don't you? So if you can instant fix it, and I didn't use a crew, let's put that one back to fix again. So start repairing. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Start repairing. Just double check the build just in case everybody's interested. So yeah, so our flagship and the industrial one is one with the MDS3s. There's 2 of those on there as well. And because I got the MDS3, then I left on obviously the reactive rods loader, because obviously that's where you get your anti-missile range booster from and your anti-missile reload as well. So that's fine, no problem. Radioactive reload 35%, but there is obviously a better special if you don't have any anti-missiles on. I'm particularly advocate of heavy evade, so I went with Guidance Scambler 3. There's no stun effect in here, so we don't need to worry about any of the other particular specials. So this one builds faster and is a little bit quicker, so use that one there. And the routine stuff then, critical compression system, yeah, the nuclear power core, so that's my engine obviously, the active absorption system itself then, and like I said, reactive rods. I went with 3 obviously basically ballistic armors there. I had a pause there. I was looking at the damage, but I just didn't think they were siege 10 numbers they are. So 3 of the ballistic survival armor plates, and then 1 of the radioactive. That's just my way of doing it, okay? Simply because the ballistic ones are quite hard, because they are unlike the ballistas, which are radioactive, which are dumbfire, the ballistic turrets aren't. So I'd like to get those out of the way as soon as possible. Like I said, I've got the heavy duty, the torch welder heavy throw on. That's the correct one, okay, on this fleet, okay. Whereas I have the tier 9 one on the opposite fleet, okay. That's the Kickside free fleet, which I upgraded to U1, so I can get that fitted by recycling my Puntus. And then basically, yeah, the heavy, the launcher, but it's the limited one basically, so I've managed to get those across all the ships as well. So that's it basically. Like I say, it's at X1, which is not a surprise for me, to be honest. And then basically I don't have any MDS3s on any of the others then, and because I don't have the MDS3s then, I can get a radioactive battery on, and yeah, high pressure piping as well. So it does help with radioactive damage and building damage, wall damage and that sort of stuff, you know, and obviously more power basically. And if you look at the difference, taking out the damage, then it would have looked crazy a couple of months ago, but they've knocked the damage down. So yeah, the damage there, you know, the percentage figures just go crazy after a while. So building damage look, and the radioactive damage there, you know, 22 and 1500 and then 201, as opposed to, you know, the flagship, which sits then attacking. Here you go. So 155 look, and then radioactive is 21. Building is only 791. So there is a considerable difference, isn't there? Quite a bit. Okay. How did we do for that then? What was that? Was that worth doing? I think it was. It took a bit more time, didn't it? But it's instant fix. So looking at that target there, what did I gain out of that then? That was a million. That was a million points. Okay. So actually that is worth doing, because it probably did take a bit of time of doing both those targets, and actually it was less damage. So yeah, I mean, clearly you could just keep hitting that, I suppose. That's a bit boring like, but you could just keep hitting that single target, sorry, if you have the fleet to do it. I mean, it's not a speedy one, but then again, if you want more of a chilled out raid, you can just pick off little sections of it. You could actually exit the target if you wanted to, and then just pick off another section and just keep doing it that way. But a million points, it wouldn't take long to knock a few of those out. Anyway, decisions are yours. There we go. Okay, first look complete. Okay, hope that helped. Okay, thanks for joining me. Okay, it's always a pleasure to see people on, and yeah, pass around the stream if you want to. Basically, every single target at least once, I think, was instant fix. So don't change anything, Kixeye. It's quite nice. Nice targets, nice fleet, nicely put together. Well done. I think that's it, to be honest. Like I said, enjoy yourselves, have a good raid all, and hey, as ever, don't be salty. Just go kill stuff, all right? Take it easy. All the best. I'll be back again soon. All the very best.